Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about one way that you can set up breakout rooms with Microsoft Teams until Microsoft Teams releases the feature officially. So this is a little bit of a workaround. If you are not familiar with how to set up Microsoft Teams in Schoology and how to conduct Microsoft Teams in Schoology, please visit part 1 and part 2 of this video series first. This is going to assume some foundational knowledge on your part. Once you're comfortable setting up Microsoft Teams in Schoology and conducting Teams meeting with your students, you might want to move on to breakout rooms. Microsoft Teams does not have a breakout rooms feature built into it quite yet. They're looking to roll one out in late fall or early winter, so until then we need to do a little bit of a workaround. I'm going to show you a workaround that we can implement right within Schoology. So here in Schoology, I'm in my course where I want to add some breakout rooms too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into my course and I'm going to add a material and I'm going to add a folder. And I'm going to call this folder Breakout Room Links. And I might want to color code this depending on my class. And for now, I'm going to change my availability of my folder to unpublished. That way students cannot get into this folder until I'm ready. And I'll hit create. My next step is I need to create some breakout room links. I'm going to use the same creation process I used to create my master link, and I'm going to go ahead and use that same process to make permanent breakout room links that I can direct my students to when it's time. To set up these breakout room links, I'm going to look on the left-hand side of my tools and go to Teams Meeting. Once this opens up, I might need to sign in if this is my first time visiting this area. Otherwise, I can create a meeting link. I'm going to name this Breakout Room A, and I can go ahead and leave the date and time alone. I don't need to change that. I'll click Create. Once I click Create, you might remember that when we created our master link for our class, we went into the meeting options here, and we configured the options so that only you could present and only you could bypass the lobby. However, because these are going to be breakout rooms where students are going to be collaborating, we might want to leave this to people in my organization can bypass the lobby, or we might want to make it even more open so that if students are joining in guest mode, they can also bypass the lobby and get right into the meeting. And then we might want to allow everybody to present so that students can take turns presenting in their breakout group. We'll click Save. Once we click Save, I can go ahead and close this tab back out to come back to my Schoology area. And just as a reminder, I want to make sure that I copy this link before I leave this area. So I'm going to go ahead and click Copy. And now I'm ready to add this link to my breakout folder. So I'll go to Materials. I'll go into my Breakout Room Link folder. And I will add the link. So I'll click Add Materials, Add File Link External Tool, add a link, and I will paste that link that I just copied in the top box here, and I will title this Breakout Room A. And again, I need to make sure to toggle this off so that it's not trying to display this in Schoology, and I'll click Add. Now, because this folder is unpublished, this link will also be unpublished, but it will be ready to go for when I'm ready for my students. Now I just need to rinse and repeat the process to make additional breakout room links if I need them. So again, I'm going to come to Teams Meeting on the side. I'm going to click Create Meeting Link. I'm going to give the meeting a title and click Create. Once I have this created, I'll configure the meeting options, make this more open if I need to, leave everyone able to present, and click Save. Once I've saved this, I can close this tab, come back to the screen here, and make sure I click Copy. If I don't click Copy, I'm going to lose this link and I'll have to remake it. So I'll click Copy, go back to my materials, go back into my folder, and add this as a link. So add materials, File Link External Tool, Link, right click and paste in that top box. Give this a title in the second box. Toggle this option off and click Add. And of course, if I needed multiple breakout rooms, I could go ahead and create those multiple breakout rooms. But we're going to continue the video with just these two links here. When I'm ready for my students to use these breakout room links, I can publish this whole folder. So I'm going to come to my materials area in my class, click the gear icon, and click Publish to publish the folder. And I'll confirm that I want to publish this. This will light the folder up, so that it's visible to my students. And when I click on that folder, both of those links will be visible as well. So now in my Teams meeting, I can direct my students to come back to Schoology, go into the breakout room links folder, and pick the breakout room that they were assigned so that they can work on groups together. As the teacher, I can feel free to pop into these breakout rooms as I need to. I would also come back to Schoology, and as I wanted to go into a breakout room, I would just click on the breakout room, open that breakout room in Microsoft Teams. I could join on mute if I just kind of wanted to drop in on my students. Click Join Now, and I'll be brought into that meeting, and I would see anything that my students were collaborating on. I could always leave this, come back to Schoology, click into the next breakout room, and rinse, repeat the process. Open in Microsoft Teams, mute myself, pop in, and watch what they're doing. One thing that you might want to be mindful of with these breakout rooms is because these are permanent links, the chat history will also be permanent. So as students join the breakout room, they'll be able to see the chat history from the moment they join on. So if you have students rotate between breakout rooms and they come back to certain breakout rooms, they might be able to see the chat history. It is up to you if you're comfortable with that or not. It really depends on your level of comfortability. If you are comfortable with that, then you are good to go. If you are not comfortable with that, you might need to just recreate the breakout links every time you want to have a breakout session. And you would just follow the same steps that we went over in Schoology. You could set up a folder to house your links, create your links using that Microsoft Teams meeting area, and then when you were done with the breakout links, you could come in here and you could delete those links so that the students didn't have access to them anymore. If you are okay with the permanent links, and you want to use this publish, unpublish functionality that we talked about, once your students finish with their breakout rooms, you could always come back and unpublish those links so they can't get into those breakout rooms when it's not time. Simply hit the little gear icon here, click unpublish, confirm that you want to unpublish, and then those links will now be hidden, and so your students can't get to them until it's time for the next breakout session. So we'll click on the link here in the course. We will open up the app, and once that opens and signs us in, we can come into the participants panel, click the three dots, and go into manage permissions. And I'm going to want to change both of these drop downs back to only me, so I don't have to worry about my students taking over my presentation or getting into the meeting when I'm not ready for them. We'll make sure to click save. And now this link has the same settings I was using before, so that I'm the one who lets the students into the class and I'm the only one who can present. So that was a quick video on how to set up breakout rooms within Schoology with the same permanent link feature we did earlier. Thank you for watching.